What up, Crypto Nation? I'm the Data Lord. This is Centralized TV, Crypto and Coffee. We talk about coffee. We drink about crypto. It's flipped. It's the other way around. So I hope everyone's doing peachy today. Hope you're doing all right. Bring out the real day. I see you, Salty Prepper. Yo, what's up, brother? I see you. Where is he? Where is he? Show me where he is. Batman and Storky. Also, the show's not just starting soon. The show has started. So the banner must go. The banner must go. And the banner has gone. So let's talk about the markets, shall we? So the markets have had a little bit of a wiggle. Bitcoin itself under 27K. So I hope everyone's feeling pretty good about scooping something. The dollar cost average is strong right now. Anything under 27 is probably going to look pretty good in the next few months here. Ethereum, kind of playing copycat, also dipped, but is back up today at 3.3%. And we have Ripple, Nipple, Chipple, pumping 5.8%. People are really bullish on that news about the SEC ruling in favor of XRP for stablecoins and como se dice CBDCs. And Dogecoin had a little pump. Elon barked a little bit, pun intended, about Doge. And Doge had a little bit of a rally. I don't know that I'd consider it, ripping and roaring. You made like 5% maybe. But Solana, 2.2%. Polygon's having a hard time. And main reason there, a whole lot of Polygon got dumped onto the market, so the volume's a little higher than it should be. And Litecoin, lovely little Litecoin, 4.2% up right now. So still under 90 a coin. Good time to still scoop some position if it's going to go long. And yeah, that's all I wanted to show with that little piece there. Show you my face all up and close so you can see it. What a little child face I have. And then no, really, I have like no chin. It's little. But you get what the good Lord gives you, don't you? That's all you get. You just get what he gives you, and you work with it. And sometimes what you got to work with is a soft chin, but a good beard, so that's good. It's redeeming. It's redeeming. So looking at Litecoin here, because I've been paying a lot of attention to Litecoin and how it's trading. We're still moving in this band I expected us to. Let's see if I can show this a little better. So right here, this orange thing, that is the actual halving. So we are at the point of volatility historically 8 weeks prior to the big old halving. So I think that there's some other factors at play right now causing a little bit of move, just SEC and Binance and that all song and dance. So I still think it's going to move. I think it's just going to be delayed a little bit. So pay attention to this. Check this out. So looking at the oh no, it's terrible. Looking at the 1 hour here, you can see we had this like Bart Simpson looking candle right here. And dude, like that whole move was like 7%. So like if you were to buy that dip on that candle, like that's a 7% move right there. So all I'm saying is there's volatility in Litecoin right now, so pay attention to it because you might be able to make some some money for the family here. And then looking at Bitcoin, same kind of thing. We had that big old Bart Simpson looking candle, and you just were curious what the heck happened there. We went down 5% on Bitcoin, just in one fell swoop, just dong dropped. And came right back out. So you got to know if Bitcoin ever has candles like that, man, it's going to come up as fast as it went down. That's just kind of how Bitcoin's honey badger, and honey badger don't care. So looking at Bitcoin in general, we're on this slope right here. And so it's looking like 27.75, something like that. coming up to this Litecoin halving, we might have a breakout. I don't know. We shall see for sure, but pay attention because we are getting the squeeze right now. You can see this descending peak. So Jaime has a lot more to say about that. He's a little occupied, but I'll encourage him to very least make a short and just kind of show you what he's looking at these charts to look like. So yeah. And then Dogi. let us talk about Doge. Yeah, baby, you love it. So Dogecoin, kind of flirting with this candle boundary, but you got to know that these candles, this thing's moving on. It's like 10% moves. Like Doge is so volatile right now. So if you're just paying attention to Doge and you're able to catch these swings, like you can see these huge wicks. It's probably algorithmic, but there is money to be made on Doge, and especially if we have this long pattern here. You can see we're kind of at the basement. Like if these are the peaks and they're descending, and we're getting squeezed into this wedge here, and Litecoin's havings here, and the SEC's having their hand forced. There's a lot of stuff happening that I think is going to cause Doge to just yeet just to prove a point. So I don't know. I mean, what do you do with this chart? If I have to zoom in just to get lower, and that's where we're at, I'm like, I don't know, it's a good pickup. So you tell yourself what you're gonna do, because I can't be the guy to tell you. You understand? So I want to say what's up to the fam real quick, and also I have the wrong freaking banner. Come on, Brandon. There we go. So let's see here, bud. So Salty Prepper says, "Yo, bring out the real data lord." Dude, this is the real one. It's just he's a weird guy. Yo plus. That's positive. I appreciate the plus at the end of your yo. Good morning, DCTV fans from Indo. Brother, I see you. Jaime is locking down some family matters and some business affairs. So I think he's a little sparse in the mornings right now. So I will bother him to at very least make a short video for Bitcoin trading, because he had a lot to say when I reviewed analyticals with him earlier. Yeah, I hope it dips a bunch before Friday. All right, dude. And let it be so. Good morning, Boston. And Boston, I assume your lady's not far behind. So what's up, Just Bossy? So let's get into our stories. Let's talk a little bit about crypto and drink a little bit about coffee. Also, I hope you guys are drinking decent coffee. If you're not, man, that's too bad. It's the sad part about your life, and I don't like that part. Okay, here we go. The SEC wants blood. Blood. It's dramatic, but they're kind of pissy. SEC is throwing a fit, is what this should say. So Gary Barry, Harry Gary Gensler, he's the guy. Let's do it. You guys ready for some news? Let's go over the news. We got some ballsy news though. This stuff's all right. Let's do it. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, filed a complaint against crypto exchange Coinbase over allegedly trading unregistered securities. According to a document filed within the Southern District of New York, the regulator claims that the crypto company failed to register with the SEC. What do you mean you failed? We did every paperwork you gave us. Just yesterday, the regulator filed a similar complaint against the world's largest exchange, Binance, and its CEO, CZ. Today's action represents worsening conditions for crypto companies to operate in the United States. I mean, are you trying to sabotage yourself? So the SEC intensifies a war against Coinbase and crypto. In the document filed in the U.S. federal court, the commission claims that the Coinbase operates as a broker, exchange, and clearing agency, unlike platforms in the legacy financial sector. In that sense, the regulator claims the company allegedly violated the disclosure regime established for securities markets in this country. The commission further claims that the crypto exchange has been allegedly violating U.S. securities laws since 1920. No, since 2019. The complaint states the following about the charges in Coinbase's alleged merge of functions, broker, clearinghouse, exchange. By collapsing these functions into a single platform and failing to register with the SEC as to any of the three functions, and not having qualified for any applicable exemptions from registration, Coinbase has for years defiled the regulatory structure and evaded the disclosure requirements that Congress and the SEC have constructed for the protection of the national securities markets and investors. Do you buy that? Because I don't know that I buy that. Um, Furthermore, the commission claims the company has violated U.S. law with different products, including Prime, staking, and wallet. Charges have been brought against Coinbase, CGI, and crypto exchanges holding company. I'm sorry, and CGI, the crypto exchanges holding company. So the SEC enforcement approach unfair for crypto. As of this writing, Coinbase or its top executives have no official response regarding the lawsuit. However, the crypto community has negatively reacted to the complaint and pointed out incongruencies in the document. And I mean, you're talking about our mama here. You know what I mean? It's like, look, if you talk bad about my mama, I'm gonna be looking into you. I'll let you know everything you doing wrong. For example, Coinbase is one of the oldest exchanges operating in the world. The company was founded in 2013. Moreover, the crypto exchange is a publicly traded company in the US. Thus, Coinbase had to comply with requirements, documentation, financial statements, and much more to launch its initial public offering. The company debuted in the U.S. stock market on April 14th in 2021. But the SEC filed their lawsuit today, over 2 years after the event. In addition, pseudonym crypto community member Haska said, when you read through the criteria of these, they're pretty much allege any coin with active socials and tokens allocated to the team, foundation, operational costs, biz dev, etc. is a security. This list seems arbitrary, meaning random. The gremlin's firing 1,000 darts, hoping one sticks. Yeah, ouch. So it sounds like most of the crypto space thinks these are baseless, but they're still going to have to go through their paces, right? And frankly, this is the season to do it. We're already in the bear market. Like, if you want to punch our bear price a little bit lower and FUD people into, selling so that I can buy more, cool. Thank you. I mean, do the best with what you got. And if what I got the SEC scaring people, I'll scoop that coin. No problem. No problem. So, off that note, and onto something more interesting. El Salvador unleashes volcano energy with 241 megawatt. Dang, homie. 241 megawatts, that's a lot of electricity. Planned Bitcoin mining operation. Country of El Salvador is harnessing its energy resources and constructing a renewable power generation park to fuel the growth of Bitcoin. And Bitcoin mining. That's how you get a baby Bitcoin, though. When two miners love each other very much. No, don't do that. The country of El Salvador. Let me zoom in. Country of El Salvador is tapping into its abundant natural resources to create volcano energy. According to a press release sent to Bitcoin Magazine, the aim is to position the country as a major global player in the Bitcoin mining industry while promoting energy competitiveness, diversification, and geographic expansion. Like it. For the Bitcoin network, adopting a debt-free approach, El Salvador plans to construct a 241 megawatt renewable power generation park in Metapan region, combining solar and wind projects. I like it. That's not bad. This project is a transformative journey and will establish one of the world's largest Bitcoin mining farms, the release said, located in the El Shisti hamlet. That's a weird sentence, but I like it. Within the municipality of Metapan, Santa Ana. This chosen site boasts exceptional solar and wind yields in the country. The park will have a capacity of 169 nice megawatts of photovoltaic solar energy, 72 megawatts of wind energy. The initial computational power is expected to surpass 1.3 exahash, marking a significant milestone for the country and industry. Dude, that's massive. The release stated the total commitment for the project is $1 billion, beginning with the first investment of $250 million, bootstrapped by the key Bitcoin industry leaders with collaboration from top developers and manufacturers of renewable energy technology, as well as Bitcoin mining experts on a global scale. The government of El Salvador will play a crucial role in planning and execution of the initiative, securing a preferred participation equivalent to 23% of the revenue. The remaining ownership will be divided among investors and reinvested in expanding energy production capacity and advancing Bitcoin mining. Robert Warren of Distributed Hash explained on Twitter that the reasoning behind leveraging wind and solar is likely to monetize quicker to build upon a base set of geothermal expansion. I like it. Indo, if it turns out Gary has been buying crypto, we can just throw him in jail, plus all the other politicians doing so. You know, you'd like to think that, but it seems like if you have friends in the right places, that doesn't happen to you. So maybe you're right, maybe you're wrong. Who knows? If you're confused by the use of wind and solar, here's the translation. El Salvador is building a large intermittent wind and solar generation to monetize base geothermal expansion with Bitcoin mining. I clicked on something again. Dang it. In the grand scheme, 241 megawatts isn't huge, but if properly run, very good for El Salvador. Okay. So by leveraging volcano energy, El Salvador aims to create a prosperous future driven by sustainable energy and Bitcoin. As the country's investment progresses, volcanoes could serve as the backbone of this transformation, fostering economic growth and prosperity for future generations. The establishment of the renewable power generation park signifies a large step towards achieving these goals, while cementing El Salvador's position in the global Bitcoin mining industry. Looks like that's going to happen too. Yo, what's up? Good morning, the Code Bug. Brother, I miss you. It's good to see you around. So I think that's pretty great news. El Salvador is doing some interesting experiments, and I love how highly that contrasts like this news from like the U.S. Securities Exchange Commission. Stark contrast here, bud. So, Coin Journal. The SEC is seeking court order to freeze Binance's U.S. assets. So, we're reading this because we should know what's going on here, so we know not to panic, but if there are actions, what can be done. Because I know a lot of people here are Binance US users. So the SEC has reportedly asked a U.S. federal court to freeze the entire assets of Binance US. This comes 2 days after the SEC sued Binance for breaching federal securities laws. The move is aimed at preventing the dissipation of Binance's U.S. available assets for any judgment. Allergies. Ugh, I'm okay. Events surrounding U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC's) legal battle with the world's largest crypto exchange, Binance, could take a drastic after the reports. He missed a word here. Could take a drastic action after reports emerged that the SEC is seeking to freeze Binance's U.S. assets. Just Bossy, what is up? Good morning, girl. I'll see you. Hope you're doing just peachy fine. The SEC has reportedly sought an express court order from a U.S. federal court to freeze all the assets of Binance US. And so, what does that mean to freeze them? I don't think that means that they can't move their money around. I think it means more likely than not. Man, my eye's so itchy. And we're good. It's the cottonwood trees, dude. I don't know if you got cottonwood trees where you're at, but like cottonwood messes with me. It makes me not feel good. Not feel good, bud. So the SEC has reportedly sought an express court order from the U.S. federal court to freeze all the assets of Binance US. So why is the SEC so adamant about Binance? According to sources familiar with new development, the SEC is moving to prevent a possible dissipation of available assets for any judgment, given the defendant's years of violent conduct, disregard of the laws of the United States. I mean, I argue these points, frankly. The sources say the freezing order only applies to Binance's two U.S. holding companies that allegedly have accounts at various financial institutions, including Axos Bank, Prime Trust, and the now defunct Silvergate Bank. If the court order is granted, Binance US will be forced to send back customers' fiat and cryptocurrencies. The move signals SEC's commitment to taking more drastic actions against Binance and its founder, CZ. So here's my take on this. If you want to be sure that you don't get caught up in this noise, you can take your money off of Binance if you're trading on Binance and just hold that crypto in a hardware wallet, making sure that you actually have hardware key, you have your private keys. You're not, using a social media platform to hand that off to someone else. This way, you are in control of your crypto. And if Binance US ends up being really put up against a wall by the SEC, and any freezing might happen, well, in that instance, you're okay. If you really want to, you can find another exchange that is supported to do your trading and to, act as an on and off ramp. Trust me, I think Binance will see this through, but that doesn't mean there won't be a period of time where funds might kind of be stuck. We've seen this happen a few times in crypto where some technical or legal issue happens and the exchange has to freeze any wallet, moves. So I'd say you can get ahead of that. Just don't spaz, don't freak out. Just make sure that your operational security is tight. You want to make sure you have a hardware wallet. You have that inside of a little plastic bag to make sure it's waterproof. You want it to be inside of a fire safe to make sure it's, drop proof and fireproof. And you want to make sure it's in a secure location. That way, if there are any, ninjas that try to come and attack you, you can fight them off with, precious metals like lead. Uh, you know, uh, I also do think that lead is joining the precious metals category. I think we'll see a lot of people collecting large quantities of lead. Is what I think you'll see. So don't spaz out. The SEC is, I think, trying to scare Binance and Coinbase, but just make sure you're in self custody and it's a non-issue for you. Don't even worry about it. And keep in mind, you can hold your own crypto, and you can still trade on decentralized exchanges. So I will do some R&D on that, and I will show you some of the best methods I find, not as a recommendation to you, but just illustrating what you could do. And that way you just know what options are available to you for trading while still maintaining your private keys. So high five. Looks like that is a big need we have. This next article is amazing. IKEA Research Studio uses AI to create a folding sofa that fits in an envelope. Why? Like I like the idea, but like why are we putting a couch in a envelope? This way you can ship your kids off to college and it can fit inside their even smaller electric car. So let's read. Space 10, an independent design studio that is supported by and creates designs for Swedish furniture powerhouse IKEA, has used machine learning to build a flat pack sofa weighing only 22 pounds that fits inside an envelope. This latest AI invention initially began as a challenge prompt. The team set out to use machine learning to try and circle the square and pack a foldable sofa inside of an envelope. The item was built in collaboration with Swiss designers Panter and Touron. It is a modular it is modular with rearrangeable wings and cushions. Nice. However, it's not currently for retail. It's being exhibited as part of an AI design exhibition in Copenhagen Architectural Festival. That's a cool sentence. It's being exhibited as part of an AI design exhibition at the Copenhagen Architectural Festival. What a cool sentence. According to the designers, the final iteration of the couch was arrived, I think it has arrived, at after hundreds of different iterations, but the pivotal prompt that furnished the sofa with its distinct character was the words conversational pit. It's weird. After feeding the machine learner with those two words, conversational pit, how weird is that? Its generative design started including people sitting on the sofa facing each other. Hey, presto, a revolutionary new couch was born, ushering in what, or with it, new machine age in flat pack design. So basically, they had to experiment with the things that are prompting AI until AI finally understood like the concept you're trying to reference, even though the words you had to pick were pretty non-human. Like no one refers to a couch as a conversation pit. Hey, honey, come sit next to me on this conversation pit. I want to talk to you about something important. You know, like that sentence. I'm the first person to have ever said that sentence. I'm sure you heard it here. After feeding the machine learner with those two words, its generative designs started including people sitting on the sofa facing each other. Hey, presto, a revolutionary new couch or conversation pit was born, ushering in with it a new machine age in flat pack design. According to the designers, the project aims to increase the sustainability of furniture by using a toolless and screwless design that makes it easy to assemble and disassemble, as well as being easier and less energy intensive to transport in its folded state. I want to see this. So this is the conversation pit. Wow. It's AI just whipping through these generatives. Yeah, yeah. Get to the conversation pit. Show me the conversation pit. So how does this video is acting like crap? Tell you what, I'll tell you what I'll do because you can check this out on your own time. I'm gonna throw this in the chat here, and so do check that out because that is freaking dope. At very least, it's funny to record that you've learned about a conversation pit today. According to the designers, the project aims to increase the sustainability of furniture, blah, blah, blah. The benefits of artificial intelligence are too many to list. To advocates, AI is a tool that will lighten our workloads, improve our designs, and potentially usher in a new age in health, learning, work, recreation, creativity, and just about every other human endeavor. However, a growing number of tech experts and luminaries are increasingly vocal about the need to regulate the development of advanced machine learning systems to prepare for the event of a human level artificial cognition, aka artificial general intelligence. And so there are some grounds for concern after the release of OpenAI's popular chatbot GPT-4. Many concerning behaviors from the machine learner were reported, including exploiting smart contracts, rudimentary planning in its own escape, and falsely accusing people of committing sexual assault while hallucinating a Washington Post article as a citation to substantiate the accusation. So in April, ChatGPT developer Logan Kilpatrick, and hey, I'm not advocating for anything to be done to Patrick. That's his name. So any guy named Patrick, look, we care about you, guy. Assured his followers on Twitter that work has not commenced on GPT-5 and will not for some time. Last month, executives from Microsoft, Google, and ChatGPT progenitor OpenAI sounded a stark warning to governments about the failure to adequately prepare for advanced systems. Yeah, so there needs to be one on all fire apparatus for RIT teams and rehab. Yeah, that could be cool. AI is kind of dumb, but smart retrieving data. So I think the AIs that the public has access to are not the same AIs that the military has access to. So I don't know that I would agree with that. Also, the idea here is that AI is only as good as the data set you give it. And so if you give it a really good data set to train on and you're giving it the right prompts to kind of pull it in the right direction to give you something valuable, you can train it to be very, very effective. But if you give it an outdated data set and a small data set, and then you're giving it bad prompts, you're probably not going to find anything useful, and you're going to think that it's not that smart. So I agree, though, that it's not like general intelligence yet. At least the ChatGPT isn't, but yeah. What Indo's saying, that the free version of ChatGPT is nowhere like the paid version, and the paid version the public gets is nowhere like what the military has. So just mind that. But also, Briggs, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. I see you. I see you. So this affects crypto how? Well, AI in general is going to affect crypto, and I think seeing the different industries AI is affecting, crypto is going to affect it in the same way. It's an emerging technology, so I'd say we're going to pay attention to both of these because they will affect Web3. Guten Morgen. Yeah, GPT is biased and should not be used. It's terrible. Needs to go away. Yeah, maybe. Um, I mean, I've had to fix some technical problems I've had before, so I don't think that it's worthless. But I think it's probably been trained on a lot of CNN type news articles and whatnot, and kind of leans in that direction. So let's read about Coinbase and Brian Armstrong having balls of steel. So Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong hits back at SEC lawsuit on social media. And here's a picture of Gary, Jerry, Harry Gensler, and Brian. Isn't Brian a handsome fellow? Oh yeah. Oh, I have no idea what that alarm was for. So, but I have a song that goes along with it. It's like, get the hell out of your bed, get the hell out, dude. Oh, a little snappy there. So, Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong spoke out against the SEC's decision to file a lawsuit against the exchange. The SEC's charges filed earlier today are based on the accusation that Coinbase has been listing securities without registering with the federal body. This has triggered additional actions from Alabama and New Jersey, heightening the scrutiny over the digital asset platform. Armstrong responded to the SEC's charges on Twitter, pointing out that the SEC reviewed and permitted Coinbase to become a publicly traded company in 2021. He's like, dude, I have the paperwork. Like, stop this noise. Thus rejected the idea that the company was operating without oversight. So, yeah, agreed, dude. Coinbase CEO wrote, instead of publishing a clear rule book, the SEC has taken a regulation by enforcement approach that is harming America. I mean, first off, that's poignant. Second off, you don't need to throw mud at anybody. Instead, just point out what's happening and let the truth be the firebrand. The SEC doesn't know the difference between their head and their ass. I think you mean their head of department and their assets. Yeah, agreed. And you got to protect your own assets out there, which is why we are Dirty Shovel Gang. So Armstrong noted Coinbase's attempts to register with the SEC, highlighting the regulatory body's lack of clear understanding with the Commodities Future Trading Commission, the CFTC, regarding the classification of what constitutes a crypto security or commodity in the first place. We don't list securities. The controversy arises amid increasing confrontations in the US between regulators and companies or projects or protocols operating in the industry. The sticking point in the arguments is in the technical definitions of securities and crypto assets, and whether a financial tool not invented until the 21st century is subject to early 20th century definitions or vocabulary. Yeah. Armstrong contends publicly that Coinbase does not list securities. We reject the vast majority of assets we review. That's true, they do. He wrote, including Monero, which, come on, guys, come on. He wrote, implying that the exchange relied on internal measures for making such judgments in the absence of clear language from the SEC. These actions against Coinbase are all in the wake of the SEC's decision to sue Binance, as well as its CEO, CZ, on June 5th. So we're going to pay attention to how this unfolds, because at this current point in time, Brian Armstrong, Coinbase, and CZ from Binance, they're both fighting the SEC on this right now. And what I do love about this is both crypto parties are behaving really maturely. Both crypto parties, Binance and Coinbase, are being polite. They're being fact-based. They're being cooperative. They're calling out the risks of the SEC's actions. And all of that highlights the bad faith efforts of the SEC. And hopefully the SEC does one of two things. Either one, comes around to reasonable regulation, or two, they get pulled back by good politics and are put into a smaller box than they currently are. Because right now, there's this idea going on that, Gary Gensler, his whole position will even be completely replaced by a board of people who are elected. So if there's a board of people who are elected, that'd be way better than perhaps just having one single person who's not elected who can kind of run bull in a china shop. So yeah, don't forget to smash the like button. We accept likes. And honestly, likes and subscribes really do help normal people find our channel so that they can actually be well informed and not get caught up in all of the fluffy news that might be out there about crypto. So if you want to help normies on ramp into crypto and not be uninformed, do like the like button and share it with a friend who might be interested. All of that helps us grow and help point people towards actually having real information about crypto, not just all the Bored Ape NFT nonsense. The SEC's Boomerville. Well, I think you're missing a generation, my friend. I think there's people even older than boomers in the SEC. Yeah, crazy Vix comics and crypto. What's up, brother? I haven't seen you on the channel, so I want to say what's up. Good morning. SEC needs an overhaul. All the cryptos that Gensler listed should group together and countersue and take their case to the Supreme Court. Man, that'd be nice. Welcome to the community, brother. Gundy, all these 3-letter agencies need to go to heck and die already. I don't know that they need to disappear. They certainly need to be reined in and given clear parameters, because right now they're way too wide. Yeah. And Ron Perez, good morning to you. What's up? I see you. So our next article is on this topic here, but SEC crackdown on Binance and Coinbase surges DeFi trading volumes 44% or 444%. So here's what we're seeing as far as like a pattern goes. As the SEC cracks down, people are saying, well, if the SEC is going to do that, we're just going to go decentralized and you're not going to have a centralized party to bark on. So we have paths and avenues to legally do what we're going to do. It's really just the custody piece that they're not suing individuals for doing what they want with their own assets. They're suing companies for doing that to the general public. So if this is just the straw that pushes people over into self-custody, I mean, so be it. That's fine. Total daily trading volumes on decentralized exchanges have surged nearly $800 million over the past 2 days. And isn't that beautiful? That's what we want to see. Decentralized exchanges being normalized. The median trading volume across the top 3 decentralized exchanges jumped 444% in the past 48 hours as crypto investors reeled from the United States securities regulators' recent legal actions against cryptocurrencies exchange Coinbase and Binance. According to aggregated data from CoinGecko, total daily trading volumes on Uniswap, which is Ethereum, Uniswap v3 on Arbitrum, and PancakeSwap v3 on Binance Smart Chain, which account for 53% of the total DEX trading volumes in the last 24 hours, increased by more than 792 million between June 5th and June 7th. And so this is what most people are doing. They're either using, just hear this out, Uniswap v3 on Ethereum, Uniswap v3 on Arbitrum, or PancakeSwap v3 on Binance Smart Chain. So additionally, the trading volume on Curve, a DEX that allows for the trading of stablecoins, spiked by 328% at the time of the writing. The bulk of trading activity on Curve is focused on trading the US dollar pegged stablecoin USD coin and Tether. Trading volumes on DEX briefly surpassed those of Coinbase. During May's meme coin frenzy, crypto investors rushed to purchase tokens such as Pepe and Turbo through Uniswap and a number of other decentralized protocols, as the meme coins were not listed on major centralized exchanges. As DEX volume surged, net outflows, the difference between the value of assets and entering and exiting the exchange, on Binance reached a staggering $778 million. It's worth noting that current net outflows are still much lower than the exchange's total reserve. At the time of writing, Binance maintained a stablecoin balance of more than $8 billion. So net flow, this is Nonsense AI, net flow to Binance over the past 24 hours is 778.6 million negative on Ethereum, minus 871.7 million and 1.65 billion out. Wow. Okay. So you can really see where the money's moving. The market frenzy comes amid a swath of legal action against crypto exchanges by the Securities and Exchange Commission. On June 6th, the SEC sued Coinbase, alleging it offered unregistered securities and acted as unregistered securities broker, among other charges. A day earlier, on June 5th, the SEC sued Binance and Binance US and Binance CEO CZ under similar allegations. The SEC alleged Binance failed to register as a securities exchange and therefore illegally operating in the US. According to the charges, CZ was sued as a controlling person. Yeah, I don't buy this stuff, man. I think this is good that people are like, all right, fine, we'll go to decentralized exchanges. Good, let's stay there if we can. Let's read our last article for the day here. CEO of Coinbase welcomes the SEC legal battle. We'll get the job done, is what he said. So Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong is not shaken, not even shooketh, by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission's, the SEC's new lawsuit against the exchange. Both the executive and his company responded with brief arguments on Monday as to why Coinbase will reign victorious in its legal battle with the regulator. A chance to win clarity, finally, please. Lord help us. In a tweet on Tuesday, Armstrong said that Coinbase would be proud to represent the crypto industry in its SEC court battle and to finally get some clarity around crypto rules. Armstrong has blasted the SEC for years for failing to clarify how securities laws apply to the crypto industry, such as which digital assets qualify as securities and which as commodities. The exchange sued the SEC in April for failing to reply to Coinbase's petition to provide rules for digitally traded securities, but the regulator claimed that crypto already had clear rules and regulations governing it. One of the SEC's core allegations is that Coinbase has failed to register with the agency for various securities products it provides. Armstrong, however, argued that there is no reasonable path forward to do so. We tried repeatedly, so we don't list securities, he said. Furthermore, the SEC and the CFTC have provided conflicting statements about which crypto assets qualify as securities, including Ethereum and Tether. U.S. Congress is already attempting to introduce a crypto-specific legislation to remedy the situation, but that still leaves the nation behind the rest of the world when it comes to the industry rulemaking. We'll get the job done, he said. In the meantime, let's all keep moving forward and building an industry as an industry. Yeah. Let's all keep moving forward and building as an industry. America will get this right in the end. And man, I love this attitude right here. This is really what I try to land to. It's like, look, in the meantime, here as a decentralized TV, community, let's all keep moving forward and building and learning about different technologies and fundamentals. And even if America gets it wrong right now, it's okay. It's just FUD that let's just get more and more crypto, so it works out for our best interests. We'll get this right in the end. It's cool. We're not gonna sweat it, right? Yeah, FTX literally screwed up everything. Says Cat Williams. Yeah. I certainly think FTX made some splashes that have to be dealt with, but we got to clean up on aisle 4, bud. The numbers. In a video published by Coinbase on Tuesday, the exchange provided stats to prove its commitment to regulatory compliance and the SEC's failure to cooperate. The exchange noted that it mentioned its staking 57 times within its S1 report, which the SEC chose to approve. It also met privately with the SEC 30 times seeking guidance on how to stay legally compliant. Meanwhile, the SEC has established 0 comprehensive rules pertaining to crypto and uses a test written in 1946 to determine if tokens are securities, which is the Howey test. Critics of Coinbase pointing out, however, the SEC made clear in its approval of the exchange's S1 that it did not necessarily approve the legality of Coinbase's underlying business. So to the folks posting that it's unfair that the SEC is filing an action when they approve the Coinbase IPO, please stop. At Coinbase was warned that the approval of the registration statement didn't mean approval of the underlying business activity in its complaint. It's in the complaint. Yeah. So I don't really know what to make of this. What I'm seeing of this more than not is just that Brian Armstrong and his legal team know what they're doing, and they have plenty of legal gunpowder to bring up in court so that people can really hash this meta conversation out. So yeah, we'll see what happens, man. We're still so early, and it's good. Don't sweat it. We want to just be DCAing. Don't forget to do that. Make sure you're in self-custody. Look. We had parts of our community get hit by the atomic wallet hack this week. Don't fall for that, man. Get yourself into a proper self-custody position. Make sure you're not using like smartphone apps to do it. Make sure you're literally putting it on a hardware wallet. Put it in a plastic bag so it's waterproof. Put it in a locked fire safe so it's fireproof and physically secured. And then put it somewhere safe that someone has to fight you with a dirty shovel in order to get it from you. And even then, you might not even have the private keys in that one, so they might have a good old nothing burger. So thank you so much for joining us here on Decentralized TV. That is our show for the day. But I do want to say we will be on Discord tomorrow morning around this same time, just to do a Q&A and a hang out with the community. So if you guys want to hop on our Discord, we have a voice channel in there. We'll be hanging out. So if you want to just hang out and talk and be humans together, we'll be doing that. And we'll probably discuss a little bit of the stories going on. But I want to give people some time to actually talk over voice and connect and be humans together. So either way, let's awkwardly dance together. And I think we're feeling a little gangster today. I think we're feeling a little, after all the SEC battle stuff, we got to get battle ready. So make sure you join us on Discord tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern, and links in the description. So come huddle on.